Hi, this is the Embrace Your Healing Journey podcast, and I'm your host, Anindita. I am a functional medicine certified health coach and a practitioner helping women with chronic illnesses such as autoimmune conditions reverse their symptoms, discover their own power to heal with their bodies as their guide. See, my daughter faced some serious health challenges for many years when she was very small, and it was an incredibly difficult time for our entire family. And that's what got me into this field, into coaching. And now I'm here in front of you with this podcast. And my story, my journey till here began in about 6 years ago when I became the first functional medicine certified health coach in India. And I have created a personal blog since then on. I've written a children's book on eczema because that's what my daughter was dealing with. And I shared my experience of dealing with that and living with that chronic condition, what our family went through, how I managed you know, with one child with severe chronic illness and a very small son apart from that, and how family support helped. And since then, I have written several guest posts in major publications. I've spoken at the Indian Functional Medicine Summit and at an international autoimmune recovery summit. And it's been truly an honor to do all of this, but it's been a long and hard journey to reaching here. And I remember that there was a time when I was desperately searching for answers, when I did not know whether my daughter would ever live a life that would be free of pain, injections, treatment, and suffering. And maybe that's where you are right now. Maybe that's what you feel. Maybe you too are desperately looking for solutions. And I remember that I was barely holding myself, holding it together for myself and my family and for my son, who was very small at that time. And I clung to hope as much as possible, praying for a change, praying for a better future. And it was a very, very difficult and uncertain journey, uncertain times. And I remember feeling so helpless. I mean, if you are a parent, you would know that, feeling helpless because your child is suffering and you're not able to do anything to alleviate their pain. And she was unable to sleep night after night. And, I remember that she would be so itchy, and that's the biggest issue with eczema, apart from everything else. She would be so itchy that she could not sleep night after night. And that went on for almost 10 years of her life. And I was really scared, what her future and our future would bring us. At the same time, I had amazing support from my family, my husband, my mother, my brother, my other family members. They all rallied around us. And even in the darkest of times when she was hospitalized with a life threatening infection in the ICU, and that was as a direct result of side effect, a very rare side effect, mind you, but a side effect of an immunosuppressive medication given to manage her eczema. Sometimes we end up in a situation that we don't have a choice but to take the strongest of drugs just to be able to manage living on a day-to-day basis. And that's where we had reached. We had pretty much tried everything that you can think of when it comes to eczema, starting from wet wraps to topical medications to oral medications, pretty much phototherapy, right? Anything and everything that you can possibly think of, we had been through it all. And her condition still refused to let up. So here we were giving her an immunosuppressive medication and trying out different ones so that it would minimize the side effect. And as a result of one of these medications, she was hospitalized in the ICU for a month. And, so that was the darkest of times for us. But she survived, she pulled through. And on her seventh birthday that she celebrated in that ICU, I'll never forget that fruit, the white cake, where you get that fruit cake that you have with a lot of cream, etc., that the nurses and the doctors got for her. She was possibly she was the youngest patient in the hospital at that time, celebrating her birthday in the ICU. And they got that cake for her. And on her seventh birthday, her life started turning around, in the sense her bone marrow started functioning again, her immune system started recovering, and she came out of that dire situation, right? And that's when I decided to leave no stone unturned when she came back home. But it was hard. It took a long time, several years, in fact. But I did a whole lot of research the whole of that year when she came back home, and I started trying out different things. And I literally stumbled across the concept of functional medicine, and the very fact that it is designed to help people address their chronic conditions from the inside out, from by finding and addressing the root causes, right? And that's something that I did not realize was the solution. In India, where I live, we have Ayurveda, and that Ayurveda talks about the very same thing, that most of the chronic illnesses stem from our gut health. But honestly, I was used to Western medicine and a Western way of doing things as far as, getting, as far as disease management is concerned. But here we were dealing with a chronic illnesses which has no solution, no cure. And I did not know that there was any other way to deal with it till I came across functional medicine, and I never looked back. I took the help of a practitioner in London, because this was many, many years ago. And there were no practitioners in India at that time. And he, was an amazing support. And with his help, and with a lot of experimentation, lot of trial and error through food, lifestyle changes, you name it. I mean, I tried each and everything that you can think of, and it took 2 years. And I, with the help of my family, turned my daughter's health around eventually, right? And today I'm here to offer you that same hope and support, that there is hope of a better life, that you can lead a better quality of life. Because while chronic illnesses may not have a cure in the traditional sense of the word, they can always be healed. They can be healed not only at the physical level, but also at a spiritual and emotional level, because that's what healing is all about, right? Healing is about uh, both mind and body and spirit. It's not only about your symptoms, because that's what conventional medicine focuses on, which is symptom management. And that's not enough. So, if you've been told that a lifetime of medications and suffering is the only path, I'm here to tell you that there is another way. And I am passionate about empowering women like you to take charge of your own health, to not wait for someone's permission to make changes in your life, so that you can break free from feelings of helplessness and creating a better and vibrant life. Because this is what I believe. I believe that every woman has within themselves the power to heal themselves at a physical, emotional, and spiritual level. I believe that we all have that, right? Men, women, and everyone in between. No matter what her disease diagnosis, no matter what your disease diagnosis, I also believe that our world is in need of healing, not only for ourselves, but for our children, our children's children, and generations to come. See, the thing is, as women, we are natural caregivers, nurturers, and healers. And we can do so much to provide the healing touch that the world desperately needs right now. The world needs each and every one of us to be at our best, to be the best version of ourselves, to heal ourselves from the inside out as much as we possibly can, and to sort of have a ripple effect so that we can bring some peace and healing to the rest of the world. But it all starts with healing yourself, with healing ourselves first. Embracing this inner power allows us to share our unique gifts with our families, our communities, and finally the world. So I want you to stop sitting on the sidelines watching the world pass you by. I want you to stop waiting for somebody to come and give you permission to take better care of your health, to make the changes that you need to, that you know that you need to make in your diet, in your lifestyle. And I want to give you the hope, and I want to teach you how to trust your body to guide you and show you the way. Right? Your body is the best guide and ally that you will ever have in this journey. And I believe that healing is a journey. Right? Healing is a journey that we all must be on, because this is not something that you can store, unfortunately, just like fitness, right? You need to be at it. So, but the beauty is that if you look at it as a journey and not just as an end goal, that journey can be as beautiful as you want it to be, as memorable as you want it to be, as special as you want it to be. So remember that, it's not going to be easy. Remember when you were a baby and you were just learning to walk, and you may not remember that. But if you have a child, you have seen that. A baby learn how to walk. You have seen other children do that. Even if you don't have a child of your own, but you know what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. That if you look at a baby who's learning how to walk, falling down time and again, but getting back up because the baby knows instinctively that she will find a way to walk, right? Eventually she will find a way. So she falls down and she gets up. She falls down. It does not deter her from trying and trying again. It will take several attempts and days, but she never doubts her ability to learn how to walk, right? And it's the same thing when we learn cycling, when we learn a new instrument, when we are young children. We never doubt our abilities, that it takes time to learn something. So similarly, if you want to learn how to tune into your body's wisdom, to allow your body to guide you on this healing journey, to learn how to make changes in your diet that's going to help you to make changes in your lifestyle, to manage your stress better, your stress response. And I will talk about that a lot in the coming episodes. You should not be doubting your abilities to do all of this, right? Just like the baby learns to walk eventually, you will learn to do all of this. And it starts by trusting yourself. It starts by knowing that your body has an innate ability to heal, and that you can find ways to support your body's healing process. And this is completely irrespective of your disease diagnosis, right? It doesn't matter what the diagnosis. At the end of the day, you can continue, you can support your body no matter what diagnosis that you have. So this is what I do. This is what I believe in. And I teach women and I help women discover their own power to heal. I help women to figure out what needs to be done so that they can get better. They can heal at, as I said, at a physical, spiritual, and emotional level, so that they can feel healthy and happy in their bodies once again. And I want to teach you how to do this as well. And that's what the podcast is all about. I will be sharing practical, actionable steps in each episode. I'll be breaking down topics that you want to hear about, whether it's about diet, whether it's about stress, whether it's about a particular area, topic of, say, energy level, fatigue, autoimmunity, disease activation. So depending on what you want to hear about, I'm going to talk about that. And I hope that you will be with me on this amazing journey of transformation. So this is Anindita, your host of the Embrace Your Healing Journey podcast. Discover your own power to heal with your body as your guide. And I want to invite you to join us inside the Facebook group Embrace Your Healing Journey podcast by clicking on the link in the show notes, so that you're ready to feel supported, heard, and inspired on your healing journey. This is a private Facebook group that I have created so that you get some insights into what I'm sharing in the podcast episode. Maybe you have any questions, you can come. So I would love for you to join me. Click on the link below and join us inside the group.